The Iranian government helped Nicola Sturgeon to win the Scottish elections, and the Liberal Democrats demand that Boris Johnson surrenders to the Islamic Republic. Hello everyone and welcome to today's program. Guess what's happening? The Iranian regime are getting involved again with our Western elections. Not the first time that you've seen the Iranian regime or the CCP in China interfering. And this time, it's about the Scottish elections and Nicola Sturgeon's SNP. Now, we know that there has been historic links between Nicola Sturgeon and the Iranians. It's the same thing that we've seen when it comes to certain other hard-left politicians, Jeremy Corbyn, Ken Livingstone and others, who've been very close to press TV of Iran, to the clerics that come from Iran. This time, the Times in Scotland are reporting that a study has been found by the Henry Jackson Society, the think tank, that the Iranian spy, well, cyber spy team have been operating very smoothly for the past few months to spread this information to basically undermine the UK and the system and our electoral system. This is the problem that we have, and over the last a few weeks, we've seen a lot of speculations and rumors coming from the Islamic regime. Now, cyber specialists acting on behalf of the Iranian regime are targeting voters on Facebook and Twitter by creating fake accounts, groups, and pages, according to this study that's been done by Henry Jackson Society. Now, you might think that, is it just Facebook and Twitter? Does it really matter? Does it even work? Surprisingly, actually, when it comes to public opinion, certain social media influence actually does work. And we know that public pressure, especially when the CCP have tried these methods, actually North Korea have done the same, but North Korea are not really as smooth as the CCP or the Iranians. It does work. And it's not really just interfering into our political system. They also do it when it comes to our financial markets, the business markets, and it keeps happening. It always happens. And why do you think, with all cultural battles that's happening right now, with the hard left and the ordinary people, the silent majority, they're making it worse. It's the actual governments and regimes from the CCP and Iran and the countries like that are actually making things worse by creating divisions. And we keep falling for it because we keep thinking that the only enemies that we have is actually just, within our society, the hard left. It's not just them. We still have international rivals who want to undermine our system. Now, this report says that Iran has shown itself to be a country which engages in Russian-style disinformation campaigns, repeatedly establishing fake websites and internet accounts in an effort to disrupt the political systems of liberal democracies. Judged within this context, Iran is almost certainly looking to disrupt our current elections, most likely those underway for the Scottish Assembly. Now, we know that this is nothing new. We've already seen the Iranians actually at times boasting about the cyber HQs that they have across Tehran and other cities in Iran. They actually post their photos on their social media. They're not even hiding it. So they're very good. They have all these coders and hackers going around doing what they do. And the problem here is that Nicola Sturgeon hangs out with them. We have these photos that came out a while ago. Nicola Sturgeon inviting the clerics from the Iranian regime, linked to the supreme leader himself, linked to the people at the top of the Iranian government. Not only she was just mingling, she actually spoke at their events. This is, you can see from the photo, these are the same people who segregate their events, and that's why she had to speak in front of the largely male audience, and she thinks that they respect her. Of course they don't. She's a female leader from a liberal democracy, and she thinks that, they agree with my policies. We're all progressive. Look at us. Look at these nice Iranian government officials. And, they believe in the same things that the SNP officials believe. Although, there are some aspects of the SNP policies that the Iranians don't probably mind. When the SNP are going against free speech, the Iranians don't mind it. When the SNP have some issues with their financial black hole in their budgets, Iranians know something about the budget black holes. And also the fact that the Sturgeon's government have completely abandoned the education system and the healthcare system. Iranians have been doing it for a long time. They don't care about education or health in Iran either. Same things that we have been saying about the CCP also applies to the Iranian regime. And Nicola Sturgeon and people like her, people like Jeremy Corbyn and Sturgeon and Ken Livingstone and a number of others who have been actually being friendly to press TV of Iran, to the Iranian clerics and others, thinking that, if we want to be progressive, we have to basically hang out with people and governments that are from the Middle East. Well, you know what happens? They want to divide our society. They want to bring down our systems, and they know that right now, Nicola Sturgeon will help because she wants to bring down the UK. She wants to completely destroy our country, make Scotland isolated, and they think that, well, the best way to do it is to disrupt the election, help the SNP win that election, the pro-independence side, to make sure that the UK stops being the UK. They don't really care about Sturgeon herself as a person. It's not like they like her, but they know that her agenda will help Iran overall. And also, we know that at times Nicola Sturgeon has defended the Iranian government. Last January, when the issues that happened between the Trump's government and the Iranians, she said that the UK must not get dragged into the Iran conflict. Ironically, she was actually targeting Trump for, negotiating with Iran, or basically being robust against the Iranians, thinking that, well, oh no, Donald Trump is going to start a conflict, international conflict with Iran. Donald Trump doesn't do international conflicts. He was against the Iraq one and the Afghanistan one, all of them. He actually didn't start anything. He was the first president in a long time that didn't even start anything. Yet, she was using him to just randomly attack. Well, we know what she was trying to attack. It's not necessarily the conservative side. It's basically the established culture that we have and on that side of the political spectrum. So she was saying that, oh, we need to defend Iran, the Iranian regime. They're so innocent. Good people, very good people. This is why they're now returning the favor. Now, there's been a lot of speculations recently over the last few days with Iran. We know that the Biden government apparently were considering to pay Iran $7 billion to free some of their spies. We also knew, although this has now been denied by the White House, whether it was true that he was considering it or not, that's a different topic. But the fact is, luckily, it's been denied. Same thing goes to the issue around Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe, the British citizen who's currently in Iran. The report came out saying that the UK government have agreed to pay Iran £400 million to free her. Well, problem is, this £400 million, they say that the Iranians owe, the UK government owes the Iranian government £400 million. Now, whether the FCO, the Foreign Office, confirmed this or admitted that, yes, it's true, it's not. This was the money that was actually agreed based on a contract between the British government and the Shah of Iran, the previous regime, before 1979. The contract is not between the Iranian citizens in Iran, the nation, and the nation of Britain. So technically speaking, the British government do not owe the current Iranian regime this money. We know that, based on international law. But the problem is, you've got the lefties not understanding how this works, not understanding how the Middle East operates. You have the Liberal Democrats coming out immediately with a press release with Layla Moran, the Foreign Affairs spokesperson, coming out to say that, well, the British government, they already admit that we owe them that money. So if they haven't already done so, I urge them to pay them £400 million and set our citizens free. Who are you to decide for the rest of us? This is not how international diplomacy works. We do not negotiate with the sponsors of international conflicts, Iran. It's not just that we don't negotiate with people like that. We don't owe them that money. And the Liberal Democrats demanding us to surrender and actually just pay them whatever they want, it doesn't really work that way. But everything goes back to the conflict around the Scottish elections. We know that the SNP are going to generally win, will become the largest party. The point is now to try to stop the SNP from getting a majority, because if they get the majority, they want to divide our country. And the Iranians think that if they help them, then it will happen. Now, it's not just that the SNP think that they are definitely going to win. They're a bit desperate at this point, and we know that because they are now using celebrities. And you know what happens? Every single time left-wing parties and politicians recently use celebrities, it shows their desperation and it doesn't work. This time, the SNP are using Martin Compston, who is the actor, one of the main actors in Line of Duty. Now, this is important because last night you had the final episode of this season, Line of Duty, and obviously this program is very popular, and we had 13 million people watching it last night in the UK, across the country. And I know there were a lot of problems around it because some people weren't happy with the ending. So there were a lot of speculations on social media afterwards, last night and this morning. So what happened? The SNP used Martin Compston. He came out, he posted a video on Twitter, on social media, and everybody was waiting for some sort of reaction thinking that, okay, the actors or the writers are going to come to respond to the chaos that happened after the last episode. No, this is the video they actually posted.
Scotland's future is in your hands. Don't leave it to chance. The only way we can make sure to re-elect Nicola Sturgeon as First Minister is to make both votes SNP. Make sure you and all your pals get out to vote. All the best.
Yeah, so this is what he actually said. Now, we know that celebrities tend to use their platforms for a lot of things, their profile. This is completely wrong, at the wrong timing, and also taking advantage of the current situation. Line of Duty is very popular. Last episode, we know there were a lot of speculations. They knew that everybody will be waiting to see the actors, what they say, like Martin Compton and others. And he comes out to basically misuse his platform to endorse the SNP, to actually talk about something, a party that not many people across the country even care about. They don't really care about the SNP. They don't want to hear about SNP policies. If there are people in Wales or across England or other places, and we don't want to hear Martin Compton, an actor of a popular TV show, talk about this. But it also shows, as I said, the desperation that the SNP have. Now they're rolling out celebrities left, right, and centre. But again, it's never worked. It's never going to work. And all it's doing is actually just undermining Line of Duty, to be fair, at this point. A lot of fans are going to be outraged, and they're going to just alienate them, especially after what happened last night with the episode. If you haven't seen it, if you do watch it, then make sure you actually catch up. But so this is the latest that we have. And the elections are days away. On this channel, we'll definitely keep you guys posted, because there's going to be a lot of chaos that needs to be reported that won't be reported by the mainstream media. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, click on the bell next to it to get notified. I'm Tousi, and I'll see you guys in the next video.